Anna Eskamani.
I want to congratulate you on your reelection. 20 points.
We had Latinos, African Americans, Arabs, folks of every background come together to support our campaign, and we raised over $500,000 and knocked on 50,000 doors.
So we're practicing what I like to call transformational politics.
We didn't see COVID-19 as a reason to halt our field operations. We saw it as a motivation to reinvent our field operations. And our volunteers started phone banking into the districts, asking not for votes, but asking, how can we help you during this pandemic? Which led to the unemployment issue, evictions, hunger, all rising to the top of issues that folks needed, which for me are a reflection of our working class values as a party. And so we responded immediately, championing these type of issues away from the campaign trail.
During this pandemic, our workers have suffered enough, and they had no money saved for this pandemic.
We flipped precincts from our first election, including winning 2 precincts that went to President Trump.
We are in legislative session, so things are super hectic right now. And I'm sad to say that we have some really detrimental bills being heard this week. We fight with the hope that we will not only win in the chamber, but win in the state on these issues. I tell folks all the time, we can't always control how people vote in the legislature. We can control the narrative, and we can build power around that. I'm a firm believer that you have to build a multi-class, multi-race, and multi-generational coalition to win. We got to focus on every type of voter. We can't just assume that if you're a young person or if you're a person of color or if you're a woman, that you're going to vote Democrat, and we don't really have to give you a lot of attention. We just have to make sure you register to vote, and maybe you get a few pieces of mail at your door and you're going to be set. Like, that has been the model of organizing for decades in Florida, and it's often driven by consultants that make money whether we win or lose. And we're not building power because that type of transactional, let me just throw money at the problem, is actually not building relationships, right? And so we're challenging that. We want to build relationships with voters. I look at my district, District 47 had a 5% greater voter turnout than the rest of Orange County. And that wasn't just because we hoped and prayed he would vote. That's because we hustled. And so we hustled talking to every type of person. So being able to meet folks belly to belly at every part of their lives, at every moment, is so critical to our success as Democrats. We can't just gravitate towards the hot button topics or only talk about social issues. Those pocketbook issues are so freaking important, and we don't talk about enough.